Just letting you know this is only my spoiler first impressions of the episode. Check my pinned comment for a free gift related to this video. And to watch my unfiltered reactions with exclusive bonuses, join my Asha Media TV Club. The link is in the description box below. Now, here's my afterthoughts of this episode of Fringe.
I'll start off by saying that so far, based on the feedback I've read, it seems as if a lot of my reactions, if not most of them, are very typical for the ones that are comparing me to other reactors. So I hope that my reaction to this episode is going to be typical too. Like, is it deliberate to make me as a viewer be quite like happy, but also just like, well, I kind of don't know how, if this is the, okay. Let me start with the episode, and then I'll end off with my feelings with this Peter and Olivia. You guys know I'm a Polivia person, but I'm not on board with how they went with this, really. And I hope that I will be, and I hope that whatever I'm interpreting is incorrect. Okay. Let's start with the story first, like the MOW kind of situation. I didn't like it. I mean, coming from watching the one with the Invisible Man, and then my comparisons with that one and the marionette episode, at least I can say that the marionette episode, I empathized more with that guy, despite different ways you could look at it in a negative sense. And to me, both sides have valid points, okay? But then you have the Invisible Man. I said my 2 cents there, with the expectation and actually the realization at this time of my recording that likely a large portion of people wouldn't agree with my 2 cents on that. And thankfully, I have read some of the comments left about that episode that really gave me some really good perspective. So in a nutshell, this is the one character that had a weird obsession, I'll leave it at that, to which I do not empathize at all what it was all about. I don't even think they properly explained it. I mean, all I understood is that he used the dead husband's pheromones to temporarily, barely for a fleeting, 10 seconds of them looking at him with the kind of in-loveness that he likely experienced with the woman in the picture, which is someone he loved. Did he kill her too? Anyways, but do you see what I'm saying? Like, I now that I get that picture of things, and I'm sure there's at least one viewer who can break it down how amazing that was, and I look forward to reading that. Seriously, I'm not trying to be too snarky on that. Okay, I really am expecting to read a variety of perspectives and see which one resonates with me. But this is the least sympathetic character of all of the three that I've mentioned. Just even from the cruel way to which he kills them afterwards. Like, if all you wanted was for a woman or person, to look at you that way, even for a moment, I mean, if that's what he was after, the killing of them, I guess you can easily just chalk it up to his homicidal tendency in addition to that obsession. I don't know, whatever. I didn't care for it. It's definitely one of those episodes that even if I were to watch a reactor, because I might start doing that after finishing the series, I'll go watch other reactors. I don't tend to often, but for this show, I am curious how other people saw certain episodes that I'm interested in. And this is one episode I would like to go and see someone's reaction to, because I know for me, like, even watching someone react to it, I would fast forward to the Peter and Olivia scenes. I don't know if I want to see them react to this guy and what he was doing. But the explanations around it, even just to give credit where it's due, the mechanism, the means through which he was creating all that, and little potion of stuff and putting on himself and all that. All that was very nicely laid out. I mean, very meticulously detailed. And that's what continuously impresses me with this show, is that even for a story as nuts as this one with this guy, they go all out to make it as plausible seeming as possible. I'll let you scientists or what thereof, the knowledgeable ones of you, to fill me in on how, is it really just that easy? Turn on the tap to whoever you're dehydrating? Let's see. A scene gets my attention when I have to rewind and look at that again. Something about that. There's a humor, a dark humor in me that just that's a memorable scene for me personally. Something about that. Anyways, okay, so MLW, didn't care for it, and it does affect the Ashamoji. And if it wasn't for that, my Ashamoji would be a 5, because how could it not be with everything else? So with that in mind, then I'm going to give it a 4.5, okay? Because if it was a good MLW, if it was one that really engaged me, I would give it a 5 score, but I just can't because it ruins it for me. I'm sorry, it's been lipstick residue stuff. Okay, anyway, all right. So let me look at some clips from the beginning a little bit with our Peter and Olivia situation before I end off with that. Let me touch on with Lincoln, because, man, in the Fringe universe, no matter what verse, Lincoln just can't seem to get his Olivia. And to show so many scenes with close-ups and moments of him feeling kind of heartbroken, oh my gosh, damn. Because at least with the red verse, that Lincoln wasn't so overt with his feelings for her. You can see they were there. When she gave birth to Henry, and he's crying and telling her how much he loves her, that was probably the most they've ever shown. But this Lincoln, I like how it's subtle and not so subtle, right? It's just for the viewer to catch the glimpses that Olivia herself is not seeing. The camera work of it that they were doing with him was just fantastic, and it's quite effective at pulling at your heartstrings if you feel so bad for him. And this is the version of Lincoln that I prefer over the other one. Yeah, I do like the Clark Kent look. Okay, so trying to think, how can I concisely state my feelings about the Olivia situation? It's pretty much along the same lines I was mentioning in previous reaction videos, where I was suspecting they were going to somewhat, I thought that's not what they've done. I thought they were going to really do a merging of the timelines based on the fact she's getting memories, right? I thought he would get into the machine, and whatever happens with the machine, I thought it would create, I don't know what it was either way, I thought a new shift of something would happen on a physical level for everybody. Not necessarily where this Olivia just becomes the other Olivia at the sacrifice of their Olivia. So I'm picturing 2 Olivias becoming one, but essentially that's not the case, because if this timeline's Olivia is losing her memories in order for that time Olivia to go over to this timeline, then you really essentially have 2 Olivias, right? Isn't that kind of the reality now? 2 timelines with the same Olivia cancel each other out. Is that what they're trying to show me? It cancels each other out in a sense, as long as Peter is with that Olivia. Oh, man. Anyways, I'll look forward to your explanations, however you want to break it down. But that's where my mixed feelings about it is. It's just oh, damn, okay. One Olivia had to die for the other Olivia to come to pass forcibly through Cartexiphan. Mind you, I don't fully understand exactly what's really happened, so the lines were there, the setup was there, mentioning that this Walter was very similar to his Walter, not exactly the same Walter, and then, all the stuff that I mentioned in the previous reaction video that leads up to how I believe he was maybe going to make this his timeline of choice. But now we have the September observer stamp of approval for this to be the case. Hence the final scene of them lovingly going into each other's arms. Okay, I'll take it, because at this point there's no reason for me to just be like, I'll just trust that, okay, that's the choice they're making with the story, because I'm more now just like woo about what's going on with the observers in September, because the whole thing with the egg thing, the beacon, the egg thing. Well, yeah, so it puts into context now the episode when it was first introduced in season 1. That was a beacon all along. That September is just following that wherever it is to find points in time to be at. Is that like, do each observer? I'm saying this rhetorically, but if it's not a spoiler to answer, please answer. Like, I'm wondering if each observer has their own personal beacon. Is that what that one's supposed to be? A personal beacon for him? Or is that just a general beacon that, if programmed to be at a certain location, whoever holds the location can just go to it? Kind of thing. Visually, though, amazing. Amazing. I thought it was a hologram, but it was actually him. And the observers wouldn't know he's doing that, because they said that they locked him out. So he has like no clearance to time hop, unless somebody perhaps uses that beacon like Peter did. Okay, all right. So I've been doing very well in training myself to keep my afterthoughts short and sweet, enough hopefully to satisfy you as a viewer, but also more importantly enough to keep me cool and calm and collected to a degree to press play on the next episode, which I'm going to do. So for now, there you have it. These are my afterthoughts for episode number 15, a short story about love from a crazy man. So yeah, there you have it. And if you want access to my reactions to Fringe way earlier than what you're seeing here on YouTube, details on joining my club is in the description box below. Check it out, because that's where I share exclusive things with my club members. Not only my reactions to Fringe, but also reactions to other TV shows that I have not shared here on my channel. Nonetheless, I'm tuning out and peacing out until the next episode, people. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.